Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be 6 months from now. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which card has a message for you. We have group number 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi, group 1. Okay, so for this group, I feel like 6 months from now, you will have started fresh, or you're making the decision to kind of begin again or start fresh and follow your own path in a way that feels nourishing for you. I also feel like this could come as well with you cutting off certain people or energies that either don't serve you or haven't served you for some time. Because with this Five of Wands energy here, I'm getting this energy of calling judgment on, toxicity or karmic energies, karmic patterns, just things that have been plaguing you and haven't felt aligned. So I feel like you're going to be in this energy as well of being very discerning in regards to who and what is meant for you. Because with this Two of Wands and Two of Pentacles, you may currently be in, or you were in, a period of deliberation or uncertainty, trying to really get clear in terms of, what you want or where you want to go next, right? And I feel like there's this newfound clarity, or it's like you're feeling stronger within yourself in terms of knowing who and what is for you. You may also be feeling more intuitive or more psychic, where you're able to better tap into people's energies or the energies of certain environments so that you can tell what is aligned. Because with Beam of Light as well, I feel like there's this concerted effort to raise your vibration and raise the vibration of the people around you, your environment, your thoughts. There's just this elevation that's happening. And I feel like it's going to flow into every area of your life. For some of you, 6 months from now, with this new beginning and change, may involve travel or relocation. You may literally start a new life somewhere, or there may be this desire to begin again, right? To start in a new place, a new location. I feel like there's a lot of new energy coming towards you. Yeah, like a fresh start where you may be starting over in multiple areas of your life, or you move somewhere new and then you start fresh. I also feel like you may be prioritizing as well, forming new connections, especially if you resonate with this message around setting boundaries with certain individuals who don't or no longer feel aligned to you. With this beam of light, I'm getting in your energy field as well. There's this really strong energy of purification and cleansing. So you could really be cleansing your energy. You could be letting go. Because with this waterfall, I'm just getting this energy of things being purified. I also feel for this group, you're fully breaking away from the past. You're not bringing the past with you. Again, some of you may literally be moving away from a location or a job or certain people that were a fixture in your life or have been in your life for a long time. And that's creating this sense of renewal and a fresh beginning. But I just feel in general, it's like I just heard anything unaligned must go. So there's this really strong energy of not putting your life on hold is what I heard. And for some of you, where you've had a vision with this beam of light that brings you a lot of joy, some of you may be giving yourself permission to either pursue your dreams or fully live your dreams, right? I feel like you're not holding yourself back. You're not as well, especially when it comes to like listening to other people or naysayers or being influenced. It's like it's like you have the power firmly in your own hands again. If there was anything that was draining your energy or, putting you down, making you doubt yourself, I feel like you've cut ties and you're moving ahead, full force ahead. I also feel like you're going to recognize how much certain people or environments were actually slowing you down when it comes to progress on your own path and journey by how quickly things are going to speed up. So 6 months from now, if you have been feeling, somewhat stagnant, or there's been an energy where things are moving very slow, I feel like there's this energy of things speeding up. it's going to feel as though things are more aligned as well, because things flow together in a way. When I say effortless, I'm not saying, oh, you don't have to take any action, but it is going to feel far more effortless than what you've experienced previously, especially if in the past things felt like a slog, or it felt like it was hard to get things moving. I feel like that's really changing for you as well. Yeah, with the Fool and the Six of Swords, it feels like you're ready. Like, as you listen to this reading, you may already be in an energy where you're thinking, I'm ready for a new beginning, or I'm ready to start something new. I just get this energy of, it's time to begin again, or it's time to start this thing or move in a new direction. So some of you could be really raring to go, or could be in a vibration where, it's time to move forward. And with Judgment and Five of Wands, some of you may have an awareness, or Spirit has shown you that, for some of you, I feel this could be multiple people. And for others of you, this could be like a workplace, an environment, or a toxic social circle, right? I feel like you've known these energies aren't conducive to your peace. And that's the other thing. I feel like your life is going to become a lot more harmonious, but it is because of the choices and decisions that you've made, right? You've decided to, clear out the people and the things and the situations that aren't serving you. And I see you in this new cycle as well, really prioritizing self-care, prioritizing your own needs, especially if you resonate as someone, or as someone in the past at least, who had to kind of give a lot, or people were trying to take from you. I feel like there's this really strong energy and emphasis on you protecting your peace, you protecting your space, and not kind of allowing or giving in to their energy. Okay, you have Ellen of the Ways. Attune to nature's signs to find your way, follow your heart. And this is sitting on the Two of Wands. So again, if you have had any sort of indecision, or it has felt like you couldn't gain clarity in terms of your own path, your own journey, I feel like you have moved through that, and you are moving through that. And that's going to enable you to have this fresh beginning. But I feel like you're really listening to yourself. You're not, overly concerned with what other people think of your new beginning. You're not going into detail in regards to how they may be feeling, especially if you're someone, because I feel like this group, you may be peace lovers, you may be very harmonious, you may not enjoy conflict or dealing with other people's toxicity. So I feel like you're learning how to set boundaries, or at least walk away and protect your peace without taking on some of this chaotic energy, right? You also had Syrian emissaries. Dream for the new earth, time now for a magical life. Yeah. It's like you're giving yourself permission to live the life you always dreamed. You may be seeing 666 as well. But again, I'm getting there's more beauty, there's more harmony coming in, definitely more self-care. And I feel like 6 months from now, your priority is yourself, right? Even if you're, creating new connections, it's like the devotion and the love you have for yourself is the foundation through which you are connecting with others. And because you have that solid foundation, you're attracting in those that really, value you as well, right? That nurture your peace, that bring you inner fulfillment. You have trust, overcoming doubts, insecurities, patience. And it's above the Five of Wands. Yeah, you may be seeing repeating fives and sixes, because we also have 666 here. Okay, with overcoming doubts and insecurities, with that, you had Two of Wands and Two of Pentacles, which obviously can be indecision. So I was getting this energy where you may have had certain ideas or impressions and feelings, but not really known how to move ahead, or, doubted yourself, or there was some sort of fear here around moving ahead with an idea, a dream, a vision. Whereas now I feel like you're just doing it, or you're just going for it. I feel with this trust as well, I feel like, again, with that Five of Wands beneath it, I feel like a lot of you may be moving away from a group dynamic or an environment that, for example, you didn't trust, or they were bringing toxic energy into your life, right? They were disturbing your peace. And I feel like you're attracting, or your goal is to attract those who really respect you, who honor you, who can show up in a way that's healthy for you. Yeah, nice queen. Introspection, self-analysis, and fortitude above judgment. Yeah. I'm hearing you're not playing. You're not playing with yourself, your boundaries, and your future. There's a 6 months from now, there's a version of you that's far more assertive, right? You're still gentle, you're still loving, but I feel like you're very firm and people are going to know. I just feel like you're going to be met with a lot more respect because people know that they can't come at you in that manner without potentially getting cut off or without meeting this ice queen. But again, I keep getting this energy of discernment. So you're going to have very strong boundaries and you're just in this energy of protecting your peace and not allowing people to, walk over it or to, I just heard manipulate as well. So if some of you have been dealing with people who are slightly manipulative, I feel like that's coming to an end as well. I also feel like you're going to be able, your discernment is next level. Like you can see when someone's manipulating you before they open their mouth, or you're aware of people's intentions before they even speak. And that's helping you as well to gain clarity and discernment in terms of what's next. Look, you have ice cream here with the Sword of Truth. Freedom, warrior of light, stop holding yourself back with the Fool. And again, as I mentioned, some of you may have had a dream or an idea or something that you wanted to move toward, but you were either afraid to do so, or it's just like you're taking the leap of faith now with the Fool, right? You're ready. But with that sword, there's something about setting boundaries with others, or maybe even cutting someone off or someone or something that's toxic out of your life, which helps you take that leap forward, right? That helps you feel that confidence, feel free to do this or to move in this direction. Psychic gifts, wise sage awareness, call to action. Yeah, I was getting that impression. For some of you, your psychic abilities are increasing. But again, with stop holding yourself back and call to action, there's a very strong energy for this group of forward momentum. And Spirit is really asking you to take action on making the changes that feel aligned for you, right? Specifically, this could involve, again, either relocation or it could be like you relocate because you get a better job or you start a new career, or there could be some changes with career as well or a new job or position that coincides with some sort of travel or movement or relocation. But I'm just getting in general, it's like you're keeping your own counsel, right? Some of you are moving in silence. Some of you, how you're protecting your peace is you're actually not telling anyone about the moves and the changes that you're making. And that is creating like this protective barrier or bubble around you. Yeah, and with the Chariot, you literally have courage. I'm just hearing like, look at the waves. I'm hearing like riding the waves, not being afraid of the storm. But it's like, for some of you, you may have been in a situation for some time, or it may have felt, somewhat comfortable, but you weren't happy. There's something here around where you're braving the rapids or the storms of life in order to create change, in order to have the life you deserve, or even the connections and the respect that you're deserving of. You have success here with the world, yeah. The courage to take this leap of faith, the courage to make changes is going to lead to a tremendous amount of success. And I feel like you know that, but there could be a little bit of fear while you do this. And that's why Spirit is encouraging you to take that leap of faith, to share your voice, to set boundaries, and to prioritize yourself and your dreams. We have I connect with heaven. Today I turn inwards and connect with the heaven within. From this place of peace, I can see that a situation I have resented is actually an ideal opportunity to work on my inner self. I understand that such experiences are necessary for my growth. Thus, I accept such situations and now live each day in serenity. Yeah, so with this Five of Wands energy, you're either setting boundaries with or moving away from. I feel like it was there to foster growth and to help you evolve, but I feel like you've outgrown it. I also feel like I just read from this place of peace and live each day in serenity. It's like you want your life to be lived with peace, peace of mind, happiness, peaceful connections, and anything that really disturbs you or throws you off kilter, I see you leaving that behind. And you have returned to the inner temple. Today I rediscover my inner self in sacred silence. This is the inner temple in which I am able to calmly study the lessons life has provided me. Here I regain my sense of tranquility. I retrieve my trust in the universe. Bathed in the light of my inner temple, I now remember the value of each and every step of my life. Yeah, again, I keep getting this tranquility, this peace. For some of you, water could be really important. Like you could have water prominent in your sign, but you could be like having like, salt baths or going to the ocean. There's something here around cleansing, or it could just be metaphorically speaking, you're cleansing your energy field, purifying it. But I just see anything that disturbs your tranquility has to go, right? I feel like you're not creating space for it. You're not allowing it in your frequency anymore, right? Because I feel like for some of you, you've always been loving and high vibrational, but you may have been around people or in situations that didn't accommodate that energy or didn't match that energy, right? They didn't understand it. And now it's like you're seeking environments, a location, friendships that are fostering peace. So ultimately, I feel as well, 6 months from now, you're going to have this beautiful Zen energy and peace of mind. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group two. So, 6 months from now, I feel like you're going to have endless possibilities, right? Like, there's a lot of growth I see for you, especially in career, right? Especially in regards to your own journey and what you can build. I really feel like some of you may be entrepreneurs or self-employed, or you're moving into that, right? Because I am getting a lot of this energy, or what you're building is self-created, or it's like something, ideas or talents that you have within yourself, right? Because with this Violet Flame card, the way she has her hand, it makes me think of like a magician or someone, or an alchemist, someone that's orchestrating energy. And there's something here where I feel like you're bringing certain forms to life. And with that Ace of Pentacles and Seven of Cups, like it may start small, or you may start with one vision or one idea, but it's like it may grow into multiple streams of income, especially this Nine of Pentacles. So for a lot of you, I do feel like you could be entrepreneurs, or there's something you're being asked to bring to life, to create. It might be more than one thing, honestly. And with Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant, some of you may be spiritual teachers, healers, writers, thought leaders. There's something really powerful and potent about your energy, but also about your wisdom and what you can share with the collective. I feel like with this group, like you're just very powerful energetically. You may be seeing 777 as well. And it's like you're stepping into your full potential, right? And previously, I feel like you're aware of it. I feel like this group, you're very magical, you're very otherworldly, very old soul. Like you have the Hermit and the Hierophant. You have a lot of divine wisdom and knowledge, but you could have been in a learning phase where you were integrating some of this, or you were working on your spiritual gifts and abilities behind the scenes, where you haven't brought it out into, the world yet, or you haven't showcased the degree of your knowledge, of your wisdom, of your skill. But it's like you're coming out of hiding, essentially, because I'm seeing like a witch that's dropping her cloak. There's something here around really bringing to life your gifts and abilities or talents. With the Tower as well, I'm hearing whatever falls, allow it, because I feel like it had a faulty foundation, and it's almost like Spirit is helping you build something that would be solid for you. Especially, this is a message specifically if you've had jobs, or in your career, if you feel like you always lose jobs, or there's something here around not feeling stable in your career, right? It's like I finally get a new position and either the workplace is toxic, or I get made redundant, or these things keep happening. There's constant obstacles in your workplace or in certain jobs you've had. When you look back at your work history, I really feel this group is meant to be self-employed. And of course, you have free will, you have to decide what feels right for you. But I just feel the Spirit is showing me like them pulling the rug from under someone so they could take this route. And again, it may apply in different areas of your life. I'm not really sure if that's just relating to career. There could be instability in multiple areas of your life that then cause you to create this stability yourself, right? Because you couldn't find it in others or in a workplace. But I really feel you're a leader, right? You're here to build something. You're here to use your talents. You're here potentially to inspire other people to do the same. But I just feel like Spirit is really encouraging you in this direction. Yeah, and with Ace of Pentacles, to the Seven of Cups. Again, some of you are visionaries, you're psychic or clairvoyant, and you have a lot of downloads in regards to what you could be doing. Because I almost feel this is like someone who's so tapped into spirit, they can literally download a new creative idea or download a new business and build on it. Yeah, but with the Knight of Pentacles and the Hierophant, I'm hearing you're going to be independent. So for some of you, this could be represent financial freedom, that you're going to be financially free. You're going to cultivate your own sources of abundance, your own financial freedom. You're going to utilize your gifts, your wisdom, your knowledge to build on this as well. And with the Knight of Pentacles and the Hierophant, again, you are going to be a leader, or people may really look up to you. There may be something you're doing that really inspires others, or people, I heard people like to watch you doing this. So this could be like a spiritual gift or a talent you have that really captivates others, right? That leads to this abundance. But I just feel like your personality type or your temperament really suits self-employment. Like you may really be someone that needs to go your own way and forge your own path. And with the Tower and the Seven of Pentacles, again, I feel like you've already invested a lot, maybe not outwardly in something, but internally. You have spent a lot of time perhaps in introspection or studying a certain spiritual gift. Or for some of you, you already have within your mind the creative idea or the business idea that is going to lead to tremendous abundance and success long term. It's more about bringing it to life. You may also be seeing 999 or repeating nines. Okay, we have awakening. Know who you are, DNA activation. In your life, you've been learning as well that security is not outside of you. It can only be found in the soul, right? Because the physical world is always changing and shifting. So, and again, I'm not saying, oh, you can't have any financial security. Of course you can, and your choices play a role in that. And I see you building a lot of financial freedom, which gives a level of security as well. But true security, at the end of the day, we never know, right? We don't know what's around the corner. When we place all our security in material or tangible things, whether it be a job, a home, whatever it may be, like I'm saying, our sense of security, our sense of self outside of ourselves, we're vulnerable. There's something here about your anchoring security within yourself. It is being mirrored in the physical. So I do see you building security, whether that be, through a home and through more financial freedom. But there's something here where it's like you're unshakable, right? The changing tides of the physical world or what's happening around you isn't throwing you off balance. You also have essences and energies. Attuned to subtle energies, balance, frequency holders. Yeah, and I feel like you've been in a certain frequency for some time, or there's something you've been cultivating internally. I keep getting that in your consciousness, right? Or you've been channeling the divine, because I see the activations around the crown chakra. You've been channeling the divine. You've been downloading new ideas and insights and visions. And it's like now it's time to bring that, the invisible to life, right? Or the intangible into something solid. And again, it's a frequency you're bringing to the collective. And it reminds me of someone who, for example, shares wisdom or has a certain spiritual gift, but the most healing aspect of them is their energy, right? Is the energy that they're bringing because of the inner work they've done, their higher consciousness. Okay, on Knight of Swords, we have adventure, innocence, play, discovery. Yeah, I feel like you're creating something new. And I just keep hearing you're the magician of your own life and you're the one that's going to create and cultivate this. I feel like this group, you may have a lot of life lessons around independence, right? Around fostering independence, you may have to be your own leader, or you may have been someone that hasn't always received a lot of support. So I feel like 6 months from now, you're going to be feeling as though you're in a much better position because of something you're starting. And again, you may be starting this new project or business now, and it's building and becoming increasingly successful and bringing and more lucrative 6 months from now. But again, I'm hearing just keep moving, keep working toward it, because I feel like all these other either streams of income or doorways, opportunities open from this one pentacle. So you may not see right now, like 6 months from now, there may be more opportunities than what you could envision or fathom right now. And that's why Spirit is encouraging you to continuously move ahead and keep trusting yourself and trusting your intuition. You also have third eye portal. vision, clairvoyance, and clarity, confusion above the Hermit. Again, with awakening here with this meditation and the Hermit, and even the Nine of Pentacles, the Hierophant, there's a lot of solitude here, right? This is someone, you may be someone that spent a lot of time alone, or you've had to spend a lot of time in introspection, right? Where you were downloading these ideas or cultivating abilities within yourself, growing and evolving before you could bring this into the physical. Because I'm hearing like you had to reach a level of consciousness or empowerment within yourself first before you could share this with others, or before you were ready to bring this into form. And I feel like now you're ready is what Spirit is saying, or now is the time. Okay, so we have past life healing, letting go of anger, forgiveness. Yeah, I'm hearing, I know it says past life healing, but for some of you, you may have had to do a lot of forgiveness work or release around your past in this lifetime, because you may resonate as someone who was not really supported, or, and this could be family, but it could also be like a social setting, like school, or just people in your community. There's something here around you being very different, or you having to be the lone wolf, right? Where you've had to forge your own path because people potentially didn't understand you, or didn't understand, I just heard the way your mind thinks, but it could be other aspects of you, right? Like you may resonate as being quite witchy or otherworldly. Like your energy, it's very clear that you are not of earth, right? Where you have, and again, it could be clear because you have certain magical or spiritual abilities that aren't commonplace. But there's something, I'm getting like the energy of that film Practical Magic, right? Where when they walk down the street, everyone's like talking or looking at them like, what's going on? Like they can't figure them out. And I remember that aunt, doesn't she say something along the lines of, oh, when are you going to realize being normal is not a good thing? Like it rather denotes a lack of courage, or something along those lines. There's something here where you were born to stand out. You could never fit in or play along with a certain group or dynamic, but that's your purpose, and that is what's going to make you shine here, right? That was part of your purpose. Okay, you have fertile ground. Yeah, you have unicorn energy. That's the way to describe it. You're very unique. Pegasus, unicorn energy, rainbow child. With Rainbow Child as well, especially with this card sitting above the Seven of Cups, again, I'm getting you have more talents or gifts or ideas that are going to generate you a lot of success and abundance than you currently realize. So this is the energy of someone starting an initial business or offering one service and then expanding, or starting something else that's even more lucrative, or then writing a book. There's something here where it's not it's not one thing, or you're going to have many streams of income. Yeah, and I feel like you're someone who you're self-made, right? Like you've created this for yourself with next to no support, with very little understanding, and you may have had to overcome a lot of difficulties. I honestly feel a lot of these difficulties could have been just projections from others. You know what I mean? Like I feel like other people may be making your path a little more difficult, but in general, I feel like you have had to overcome and survive. You have relaxation. I feel like you've had to spend either a lot of time in solitude or a lot of time learning and cultivating, yes, maybe like not literal knowledge with this book, but also spiritual knowledge. Because I feel like someone's accessing, for example, their Akashic records, someone's meditating and they're able to channel from the higher realms. It's like you're downloading information, but you may have needed a lot of time in solitude. Or there may have been not a lot happening in the physical with this business or this dream or this project while you were integrating this energy. Yeah, and you have new beginnings. But I feel like it's now, I just said it's time to come out of hiding, right? So if you've been in that hermit mode or that hermit state, now it's like you're bringing something forth from that, or you're creating something from the energy you cultivated while in hermit mode. I also feel, again, the changes in terms of what you're building or creating in regards to your career, your business, are going to create a ripple effect of new beginnings in other areas. This is like, meeting new connections through your new business, or, it could be like purchasing a home or having a new foundation for yourself. I just see you being in a really good energy because of the changes you've made. Okay, so we have I reap what I sow. Today I remember that all I think and all I do will come back to me in some way. I understand that I reap the fruits of what I sow and fill my life with thoughts and deeds of abundance, light, and love. I sow these seeds knowing I will harvest the greatest of riches. So yes, 6 months from now, you have multiple streams of income, or you're cultivating that, and there's a lot of abundance coming for you, not just within 6 months. I feel like this is like generational wealth, or you having the potential to build a legacy, right, for yourself. Again, I keep hearing you're self-made, and this is all through your own efforts and choices. Remember, I was saying before with that Seven of Pentacles, I feel like you've already sown the seeds for this. It's like you were already investing internally, and you were doing it, right, with the thoughts you were thinking, your choices, your mindset, your belief. So it's like it's like you built this business, or you built success internally first, the consciousness of success and abundance, and now you're taking the actions in the physical for it to be reflected. Growing. Today I understand that I'm here to learn, to discover, and grow. When I nourish myself with my inner light, my inner divinity grows. When I study the messages that life brings me, I am improved in the eyes of God. When I strike a balance between the material and spiritual worlds, I am freed of inner conflicts. In these ways, I grow my own soul. See, I feel like you have mastered the spiritual realm, your inner realm, and that healing work, and now you're bringing or generating that success in the physical. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 3. So 6 months from now, I feel like some of you are really fostering a sense of peace, of love, of harmony. There's a very, very strong emphasis on relationship. So some of you as well could be fostering or building or just pouring energy into your family, whatever family represents for you. But I just feel like this is like coming home, right? Not only coming home to yourself, but coming home to, the right people. I just feel some of you could be literally starting a family though. And again, that won't resonate for all of you, but I'm just getting, for others of you, it's like you're nurturing yourself, or you're having connections that are very nurturing, that are very healthy, especially if you haven't experienced that previously. Like I feel like these are people that you feel safe with, right? People you feel you can open your heart to and with. This is just like being in environments that nourish you. I just said nourish you in return, especially if for some of you, you feel like you've given a lot previously, or you're someone that's very heart-centered with this jade crystal, but you haven't always been met with this energy. I feel like this is you really building. And for some of you, you already have these connections in your life now. You're just fostering a deeper sense of that. Some of you, it could be linked as well to like getting a home, or like this can be like, nesting, right? Like decorating your home, or creating a really beautiful, serene environment for yourself at home. I just get this really beautiful, nurturing energy, and it's going to feel as though you're really being fulfilled, or not sustained. That's not the right word, but there's something around receiving in kind, right? Where there's connections here, or a family unit or dynamic that's so nourishing. Yeah, you may be a bit of a homebody though. There could be an energy here where and again, some of you may get a new home, or you're starting a family, or there's something here where I just see you finally feeling safe, or finally feeling safe with someone, especially with this family of light and this Four of Wands. It's going to feel like your dreams have come true when it comes to your interpersonal life, right? When it comes to relationship, home. And I feel like it's just creating a sense of, I just get this energy of love. But again, some of you, this could be you having like this beautiful feeling of love or connection with a child, right? Or starting a family, or something in terms of your family dynamics. I feel like there's going to be a lot of downtime as well. I just feel this overflow of like peace, joy, relaxation, maybe time off. Some of you could be having a little bit of time off work, or you're just allocating more of your free time to your family in a way that feels really nurturing. With Five of Cups and King of Swords as well, I feel like there's an end to a previous cycle. So you may be laying to rest past disappointments, past emotional pain, or things that weren't aligned for you. But I'm also getting this alternative message that 6 months from now, it's going to be clear why it didn't work with anyone else. for some of you. For those of you who haven't, you know, you may be single and you may be meeting a partner, because for some of you, you may already have or have found, you know, your person or someone that's very aligned to you. But for others of you, it's going to be very clear that the pains of the past or the people and situations that left your life, they weren't just how unaligned they were, or that they couldn't provide this soft space for you, right? They couldn't meet you where you were at. And it's like I'm hearing, you know, rejection is God's protection. So you're going to be feeling this level of gratitude, like, oh, thank God I didn't, you know, settle here, or I didn't, you know, close my heart or give up, or there's something here around you being really seeing the big picture. But I keep getting this theme of children here as well with this family of light. Because your first oracle card is inner child attunement. Go within, listen, loving parenting. And then we have here healed inner child. So again, for some of you, it could literally be healing from past pain by reparenting yourself, right? Because I'm seeing someone who's, for example, healing their nervous system, right? They may be doing a lot of meditation, a lot of yoga. And again, I'm not a doctor, so if you're having, you know, legitimate medical issues, go to a doctor or a psychologist. But there's an issue here, there's an energy here of you finally being able to rest, right? Where you feel like, or even self-soothing. You know how even as adults, it can be difficult when we're experiencing stress or challenge to really calm ourselves, right? Or find balance or peace without relying on, you know, coping mechanisms, some of which may not be as healthy. There's something here where you're learning how to bring yourself peace, how to regulate, you know, your own energy field, how to calm, how to stay in a calm vibration. There's just something here where I see you being in a vibration of peace ultimately. But again, I feel like you're being met in kind. Like there's just this really gentle, nourishing energy. And you may have started this journey with self, but I feel like it's, you know, there's an energy of this meeting you in the physical, right? Whether you have this person now or this is what you're moving into 6 months from now. I feel like people are going to be very tender with you, very warm. It's a way of relating that you may have not experienced previously, right? Especially if you had either childhood difficulties or parents that were somewhat, you know, I just heard the phrase emotionally distant, but I was going to say emotionally like unavailable. There's something here, and that won't resonate for all, but there's something here around meeting yourself and your own emotional needs first, but meeting those who are capable of loving you the way you deserve. That's what I'm getting. Key to your freedom, healed inner child, create inner safety, self-kindness, especially with the King of Swords here. You may have had to really work on your self-talk, on your self-concept, your mental narrative. You may have had a tendency to be overly critical or just a little bit harsh with yourself. And I feel like now there's this, I keep getting this beautiful, gentle energy. And I keep hearing the phrase nesting. So again, some of you are settling into a home. Some of you, if it resonates, you may be having a child. But for others of you, you're just pouring love into your family. And this can be chosen family, right? Even if it's not your family of origin. But there's just this beautiful give and take, reciprocity. The energy is very gentle. With Knight of Wands as well, there could be an energy here where for some of you, 6 months from now, you're really tapping into your inner child because you've done this inner healing and you're allowing it to create through you, right? So some of you could be following a passion or a dream or an idea that you had as a child that kind of got put on hold or got put on the back burner. I see you making time for the hobbies or the activities that are really meaningful to you. So for some of you as well, I see you being very discerning in terms of where you're allocating your time, like what holds value for you, what's meaningful, what feels right. And I feel like you're not feeding energy into the things that aren't aligned. And I also feel like you're in a vibration, your energy of self-love is so strong and self-care that even if someone or something tried to approach you with an energy that wasn't nurturing or wasn't aligned, I feel like it just wouldn't even get through, right? It wouldn't even throw you off balance, or you wouldn't even give it any energy because you're so clear on who you are and what you want and need. Okay, we have challenges. Blocks, fears and negativity, betrayal. Yeah, I feel like you're coming out of, if there have been karmic or painful lessons in the past, especially with that Five of Cups we saw, I feel like you're coming out of that, right? It's like harmony is restored. If there were difficulty, fears, not being able to trust the people around you, especially if you felt like they didn't see you or they couldn't meet you where you're at, right? Their capacity to love was not at that level. And why? Because they didn't love themselves, right? You can only offer what you have. So there's a sense here of you overcoming, difficult lessons, difficult connections or relationships so that you can fully embrace or open the door to people that are aligned with you and for you. I also keep getting this energy of like a sigh of relief, like, I can finally rest. So for some of you, again, you may be taking time off, or you're just at least allowing yourself to have more downtime and more rest. Yeah, look, sanctuary. This card perfectly summarizes what I was trying to say. Healing and comfort, faith, restoration. But I feel like there's a connection here, a home environment that is going to restore your faith in love, in life, in yourself. There's something, it's like it's warming you up. If you were feeling a little cold, like you couldn't trust people, or your heart was closing a little bit because of past experiences, it's like now you're open again, you're trusting, you have faith, and you're opening up to this energy. But again, I keep hearing this phrase self-soothing, and I feel for some of you, you've had to master how to care for either reparent yourself or how to care for yourself, how to show up for yourself in a way that's really loving and nurturing in terms of your self-talk, in terms of how you take care of your physical body. It's like your self-love game is on point. Not that it's a game, but you know what I mean? Like your ability to really nurture and take care of yourself, you've really excelled at. And I feel like that's being replicated in your environment. Okay, yeah, we have my body as a safe space. Transmuting, breaking down barriers, realizations. You could have had, again, I kept getting that energy earlier of regulating the nervous system, but very strong energy of healing, right? Healing from the past, letting go, and starting to really come into your own, grounding yourself in your body, in your physical form, and really feeling safe. I also feel it's like you have such strong boundaries now. It's like you almost don't need to set them, in the sense that when people approach you, they can feel those boundaries or they can feel that energy, even if it's, completely unspoken. And at times you may need to assert yourself or express your boundary, but I just feel like people may not be trying you as well. Like they kind of know, okay, I'm not going to push this, or I don't want to, have this person walk away. They may know you as someone that's very protective over yourself, your space, your home. You're just not someone that they can have easy access to, which I think is good because it is guarding your peace. Lyre and Stargate, personal power, healing entanglements, throat opening. You may have also done a lot of healing on the throat chakra, on your ability to set boundaries, on your ability to love yourself. You may have, again, with healing entanglements, I'm hearing like it's an end to connections where there was betrayal, or there was, people trying to, I want to say, bring you down, or like even put their energy upon you, right? Put their views or their perception, projections, essentially. It's like how to safeguard your energy field and who and what is for you. But it's like your whole experience of relationships are changing 6 months from now. If in the past you had a view of connections, like your experiences were that connections were tumultuous or they were difficult or draining, it's like now you're able to attract in or bring forth connections that are far more nurturing, or you feel safe with them, where you can reveal your authentic self, you can be who you truly are. You have to stand still with the sun. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing you can finally rest. You can finally stop. I'm seeing someone, it's funny with the sun, I'm seeing someone just like relaxing and basking in the sun, in the light. But you see that here. Can you see the light behind them? There's something here around the warmth, right? Your heart is warming back up, or you're having a connection or a home environment that's so nurturing and nourishing. You're feeling really fulfilled internally. right? But I do feel like for many of you, there's very healthy, beautiful partnership here or chosen family connections. I just feel a lot of love around you, but it's mirroring how you have loved and honored yourself. You brought yourself to this point. You have taking risk here with this eagle flying and the Four of Wands. Yeah, I'm hearing thank God you didn't give up, because for some of you, you faced a lot of challenges when it came to connection and partnership. Whereas now, I feel like you're, how would I say, the people in your life, or 6 months from now, the people in your life are reflecting back to you what you know you deserve, right? And how you treat yourself. And it's going to feel, I feel like you're going to be so grateful and proud that you took this path, that you followed, your instincts, that you trusted yourself. And I feel like it's going to really be reflected in how others are showing up for you. And we have God sustains me. As I turn each day over to God, my worries ease and my resistance softens. In the arms of God's love, I find inner peace even in challenging times. Today, my faith provides me with great strength. I welcome all that comes my way, knowing that the love of God sustains me. Yeah, I feel like you have your faith and your trust is restored, right? Because I'm getting someone that's had a lot of, or had some harsh experiences or lessons, and then they heal, and it's like, oh no, the universe is always supporting me. Or like meeting, having the right support network or the right relationship where you feel really loved, like that person has your back and you both can depend on each other. And it's like, oh, I can finally rest, right? Like I've come home. And ultimately, you're coming home to yourself. But it's like, as you come home to yourself, it's like everything around you has that energy, that essence, right? You attract that in the physical world. Again, for some of you, this could be a literal home or a literal family unit that you're building, a door to the infinite. At my heart center, there is a door that leads to the infinite. Today, I visit my heart center and open that door. As I enter, I experience a deep sense of serenity, and I understand that I am eternal, that I am indestructible. From here, I can see beyond my life's challenges to the higher levels of my existence. I know now that my inner light is infinite. Yeah, and look, the portal at the heart space. Again, you've come home to yourself, you've done this inner healing, you've gone within, and it's like life is reflecting that back to you, right? Life is pouring in that love that you've been pouring out. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 4. So I just heard for this group, 6 months from now, I heard it's time, right? So for some of you, I feel like there's this energy of it's time to put yourself out there or start something, or there's something here around like there may be some fear, but it's, you're ready. That's what I'm getting, right? And right now, you could be in a phase of preparation. Again, you were drawn to this card here with life path. So I do feel like for some of you, this is linked to your purpose or your career or a dream you have, right? Something that you are really passionate about and you love, but it's like it's time to fly or it's time to take that leap of faith. Right, and look here with this Four of Pentacles, also there may be something you need to let go of first before you can fully jump into this, right? And right now you may be in that preparatory phase to put yourself out there or to come into alignment. But can you see this woman's face? She looks so frightened. I've never noticed that before. She looks quite scared to me. I know it's meant to be guarding these pentacles, but to me she looks afraid. So for some of you, there could be a fear here, or there's something that you're afraid, an attachment or something you're afraid to let go of that needs to be let go of for you to move ahead with this. And I feel like spirit is preparing you to live your dreams, to fly, right? Because now I'm hearing the song Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. So I'm just getting like it's time now. But with Seven of Swords, Five of Swords, the Hangman, you may have a lot of fear or resistance to doing this or putting yourself out there or being seen, especially the Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands. It's like with that Queen of Swords, there's something about allowing your voice to be heard, right? The Queen of Wands. I almost said the Queen of Coins. The Queen of Wands is very confident, but it's like not being afraid to share your voice, not being afraid to put yourself out there. I just keep hearing it's time. And there may have been a period, especially because you have the Hangman after the Seven of Swords and Five of Swords, where fear or limiting beliefs was kind of holding you back or making it difficult to take that leap of faith. Whereas now Spirit is kind of giving you that little nudge. It's like, yep, like off you go, time to fly, you know, live your dreams, live your best life. And I feel like you may currently still be working through some of this fear or some of this resistance, or it's like you have worked through this, right? And you're at this tail end of letting go to jump into this. I also feel like if you have fears of how you're going to be received, Spirit is saying like there are going to be positive outcomes from this and you are going to be received well. Like there's going to be reciprocity, right? So this could be people are going to be interested in your work or what you're doing, or this could be attracting financial resources as well from what you're doing. But Spirit is saying if you have certain fears or projections of how it's going to go, like especially if they're somewhat negative, like fear-based, it's not going to pan out that way. So they're wanting to give you that little bit of courage, right? Yeah, you may be letting go of certain illusions you have about yourself or about the outcome, what's possible for you. Yeah, I'm hearing you can fly and you can soar. And I feel like this may be a dream that you've had for a long time or you've been building yourself up to, right? Where you've had to really try to overcome certain fears or you've had to let go of certain, I keep getting like limiting beliefs. I feel like a lot of this energy may be mental. We have vision of unity. Focus on the light, right to see, releasing illusion, pineal activation. Yeah, so right now, you may be releasing illusions or fears because Spirit keeps saying, like with that Seven of Swords, it's like envisioning worst case scenarios, right? But they never come to be. That's what they're saying is you may have some fearful projections, but they're not accurate at all. And that's not how it's going to pan out. It may pan out like literally the opposite, where things go very well or you're met with a lot of support. And what you're envisioning for yourself is nowhere near the reality of what you're going to or what you're about to experience. You also had initiation, deep trust, deep healing, reconnection with all the Five of Swords. Some of you may have had a deep-seated fear of failure as well, right? Of failing, of things not working out, I just feel like a lot of fear in general that's generated a lot of resistance. But again, I think for some of you, this dream or vision that you're wanting to create and build is really big. It's very important to you. So some of this fear is because you care so much, but it's almost like you're learning how to take action and to align with what feels right for you, but not be overly attached or over. Do you know when we attach our identities to something with such degree that, you know, if it doesn't work out, our sense of self crumbles? Do you know what I mean? It's like not being so attached that it makes it difficult to take action, because Spirit is saying like your job is to, you know, align with what feels right within you and then take those steps forward. And it's almost like some of what you may be letting go here is attachment to knowing the outcome, taking steps and moving forward before you know exactly how it will pan out and not getting lost in the mind with like worst case scenarios. Yeah, transformation. Metamorphosis, synchronicity, the unexpected above the Hangman. I'm hearing being open to the new, right? It's like being willing to step into the new without knowing how it's going to pan out, because you can't have a change in circumstances or an upgrade without being willing to embrace the new. And that's what I feel here. It's like there's a need here to fully be open, right? And when I say open, I just heard open mind. So again, some of you right now, 6 months from now, I feel like you've let go of or you've really transmuted certain negative beliefs you had about yourself and what is possible for you. And that then enables you to bring in change, to bring in transformation. You have breakthrough. Leap of faith, freedom, new beginnings with the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like you let go of certain fears or certain attachments so you can take this leap of faith and create this new beginning for yourself. And for some of you, again, it may be just taking the beginning step that's really frightening, right? Obviously, when you start something new, often that beginning stage is the most frightening when you're still, you know, learning the ropes, or you're still, for example, I'm thinking of someone on social media who's, filming videos or talking to the camera. If you're not used to speaking to the camera or being recorded, at first, that's going to feel very uncomfortable putting yourself out there to that degree versus someone that's been doing it for 2 years who's very comfortable in front of the camera or who's very comfortable filming themselves, speaking. There's something, you may have a little bit of fear around sharing your voice or speaking up, right? And I feel like that's what you're overcoming, or you're breaking through or cutting through certain fears and anxieties you were having around speaking up. But yeah, with that leap of faith, you have to be willing to take that leap, is what I'm hearing. Or you have to be willing to move outside your comfort zone or let go of the unknown to be able to set this in motion. But what's funny is like you may be a little bit apprehensive at the start, or you may feel like, oh no, I'm more reserved or I'm more shy. But after you do it for a little while, I actually feel like you're going to really enjoy it and there's going to be no fear. And that's why I was using that example, is sometimes you do have to feel the fear and do it anyway. You can work through, negative beliefs or limiting beliefs beforehand as well, like whether it's with subliminals or meditation and affirmation. But sometimes the best way to dissolve a fear or a limiting belief is to just move past it. Okay, you have cleanse, lifestyle choices, detox, nourishment. Yeah. Again, with that Four of Pentacles, for some of you, I kept saying and I kept hearing from Spirit, there's something you need to let go of first before you can live this dream, right? Or before, to bring you into alignment, I should say, with this dream and your next steps. For some of you, I do feel like it's fear or it's limiting beliefs. But for others of you, it could almost be like a habit or a vice, right? It doesn't have to be to the extreme of an addiction, but with lifestyle choices, detox, nourishment, there could be a habit or pattern that is throwing you out of balance, right? Either mentally, emotionally, physiologically. There's something here where you may be, Spirit is asking you to clean up your lifestyle, your routine. Because I'm saying, because that routine is what determines success, right? What we do every day, where we spend our time and energy, the thoughts we think, the foods we eat, the way we move through the world, that is literally creating your future. So there's something here where Spirit may be supporting you to really develop healthy routines. Because I'm seeing someone that wakes up, for example, meditates or starts working on it, whether it be like a business, a project, their career. They have a healthy routine when it comes to nutrition and exercise. You may like meditate or do yoga or go for a walk in nature when you're wanting to cleanse or clear your energy. There's something here around making sure your routine supports that. Because it may even be, you may want to look into they talk about like dopamine detox, where it's like, reducing social media, reducing sugary foods or things that, kind of hijack your attention span. There's something here where you may be changing your lifestyle routine to support this vision and dream. And again, it'll vary for some of you. It could be just scrolling on your phone too much, right? Or some sort of distraction or habit that isn't conducive to what you're trying to build. We have Goddess Spiral. Rites of passage, dreams, support. Again, I feel like this is a dream that you've wanted that you're bringing to life. And with rites of passage and initiation, I feel like you have to journey through certain fears, certain limits to be able to get here, to be ready. But I feel like you're ready and the divine is supporting you. Okay, look, you have release. This card is similar as well with the Four of Pentacles. There's a very strong energy of something or multiple things you need to let go of, both maybe in terms of lifestyle and internally, thoughts or beliefs, and being willing to let go of the comfort zone or what is known so that you can bring in a higher reality, because what is waiting for you is your potential, right? With this Queen of Wands. And I feel like you have more potential than you currently realize. And it's like, as you take steps forward, confidence is going to carry you. And you're going to realize, oh, I have way more confidence than I thought. I was holding myself back from this because I thought I was afraid, but now I'm actually doing it. I don't have any fear, right? Or the outcome that I'm receiving, the response I'm receiving from others is so overwhelmingly positive. Why didn't I do this earlier? There's something like once you get going, you can't stop. You feel so excited, so invigorating. It's getting past the fear. You may want to read the book, Feel the Fear, and do it anyway. We have overcoming. Today in this great school of life, I practice self-discovery by acknowledging that my fears, anger, and ego separate me from my divinity. I allow the light to grow inside me. This light gives me the power to reign over my inner kingdom. Today I overcome all that separates me from the light that is my truest self. Yeah, you are shedding anything that stops you from living out your highest potential and your dreams, from being this higher self. And I feel like ultimately that's fear. Even if we talk about unhealthy habits, right, or vices, are they not sometimes ways of the subconscious mind to kind of slow us down, right, to procrastinate? You may find at the core of some of these habits is actually fear. But I see you fully aligning yourself and your life and your actions, your routine with the life you know is meant for you and your highest potential, and living that. Openness. I know that when one door closes, another opens. Today, I trust the universe, I trust myself, and I trust life. No matter what has gone before, I have faith that something better is on its way. My willingness to release the past prepares me to accept the many new opportunities God opens before me. Yep, it's a time for the new. But Spirit is saying you can't bring the past version of yourself onto this new journey because it's not aligned. So there is an energy here of shedding skin or letting go of what was. I just saw 1313 on the timer, which obviously breaks down to a 4. But I'm getting, again, your foundation. There's something around your routine, the thoughts, the habitual thoughts you think, habits that may not be supportive or conducive to what is meant for you or what's next for you. So you may really be shaking up your foundation and your habits so that they're conducive. But with this as well, I feel like there may be multiple opportunities that are coming in for you, or it's like God is helping you fully move out of your comfort zone, the past, letting go of what was, so that you can open up to these new opportunities, right? Or you can ultimately, I see you taking a leap of faith into these opportunities. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day.